Hi friends, thank you for joining me on this video on what I learned from the Bible today. If you don't know me, my name is Nikki, and if you like this video, I invite you to follow me, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Okay, so today I had read Genesis 32, and this is one of the most interesting chapters that I've been able to read, and one of my favorites, well, if not my favorite book in the entire Bible, is Genesis, because it's full of amazing, uplifting, and inspiring and fascinating, honestly, stories. And in this chapter, I'm not going to really quote anything from it and really explain all of the story, because I am encouraging you to go ahead and read it in your own time. And I can say that if you want to read Genesis, it's not that long. It may seem like it's long, but it's not that long. I promise you, you'll be done with it in a few days, because it's so interesting. So in Genesis 32, we learn about Jacob, and basically what you should know about the story, if you haven't read it before, is that Jacob was the second born son, and he's a twin. And basically when he was born, he came out of the womb holding on to the heel of his brother. So his brother came out first, but he wanted to be first so bad that he grabbed onto the heel of his brother, just to make sure that he was born at the exact same time, because he actually wanted to be first. So his mother gave him that name. I believe it was his mother, correct me if I'm wrong. And they gave him the name Jacob because it means someone that's trying to kind of change something in a way kind of deceitful, to take something, you know, something that doesn't actually pertain to them. And so in specifically Genesis 32, we are with Jacob much later in life. Okay, if you don't know the story, what happens is that when he is I guess you could say an adolescent, he tricks his father into getting the blessing, which is may God bless you, and may you go forth and multiply. You know, his father was ill, or old, I don't really remember, but his father was going to give the firstborn son this great blessing because he knew he was going to pass away. And Jacob, what he did was he stole the blessing. He tricked his father, who was very old and could barely see. He tricked his father into telling him the blessing and giving him the blessing that was actually for the firstborn son. And so now in Genesis 32, we find Jacob much older in life, and he's actually been living a life of how to say, I'm trying to think of the word in English, I'm sorry, but like he's trying to escape his fate. His entire life he has been running away from his brother Esau, because Esau knows that he stole his blessing, and because of that, Esau's life did not turn out the way that it should have, and instead Jacob was blessed beyond belief. He was the leader of many people, and he was very wealthy. However, he had to live in this constant running away because he was so afraid that his brother would kill him. And so in this moment in Genesis 32, we find him in regret, and he wants to be forgiven by his brother, and he doesn't want his brother to cause him harm. But what's most important to Jacob now isn't the blessing at all, isn't the wealth at all. He wants to share it all with his brother, but what he really cares about is his wife, his family, and the people that he takes care of, because he's a leader of many people. So what he wants is his brother's forgiveness. And instead of asking for, oh, just don't kill me, what he asked God is, God, can you please help me in this situation? And what he really wants protection from is for the children and the people that he takes care of, people that he leads. He wants them to be protected because he's afraid that his brother will take out his anger on his people. So he's praying and praying to God. God, you said that everything was going to be okay. And then what happens is that an angel comes and fights him when he's trying to save his wife and his people, his slaves in this moment. So he's fighting for his wives and his people, and an angel comes, but he doesn't know that it's an angel. This angel is disguised as a man, and he's fighting him, and they're fighting for hours. And this is before he actually gets with Esau, his brother. And so the angel ends up telling him, you know what, you are blessed by God, and I'm changing your name. And he changed his name from Jacob to Israel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. Israel. Sorry. And so in this moment, he realizes that he has encountered favor with God, and that God sees him for who he has become and not who he was. And I feel like this story is so important because this is actually before he reunites with his brother and sees if his brother is actually going to try and kill him because he stole his blessing. So he doesn't know yet, but he's just in this moment just trying to fight for the people that he loves and the people that have put their faith in him. And I feel like we can all relate to this, where we have this name that follows us, we have this kind of reputation that follows us, and we just want to reconcile with people. We want to just ask for forgiveness for the mistakes that and I'm here to encourage you to pray, okay? Sometimes we feel so ashamed by our own mistakes, by the life that we lead, or we think that we're just so perfect that we don't even need to ask for forgiveness, okay? But I invite you to pray and to invite God and to invite Jesus into your heart and say, you know what, God, I'm not perfect, and I might not deserve your mercy in this moment. I might deserve all of the pain that is coming to me from this person that has something against me that they should be mad at me for. However, Lord, I ask you to look into my heart and see that why I'm asking for forgiveness in this moment, why I'm asking for your favor in this moment has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the people that I love. It has to do with good things. I know that I was selfish before, but now what I'm asking for is for you to help my family. You know, we need to invite God. We need to invite Jesus into our heart. Jesus is the one that can show us how to forgive ourselves. So if you feel like you are in a place where you want the Lord to forgive you, where you want someone to forgive you, where you want someone just look at me for who I have become instead of the mistakes that I've made in the past, you know, that's where you need the Lord to show himself to you, so that you can see that there is forgiveness available for you, and that you can move on and live a new life, that God will see you and say, you know what, you're not even that name anymore. I can't even call you that name, and I don't want you to call yourself that name. You're gonna be someone new today, completely new. And spoiler alert, Esau forgave Jacob for everything, and they ended up sharing their wealth together and having an amazing family reunited again. Okay, so I hope this video encourages you. Read the Bible, but also make sure to pray at every moment, every day, every night. Just try to invite the Lord into your heart and into every decision that you make, and trust me, you are not alone. Thank you.